Hello and welcome to another episode of Geared Toward Gear. My name is Sean. I'm so glad you're here. I got a really quick one for you this evening. I just got this package in the mail today from a friend of mine who lives in Alaska. His name's Josh, and he sent me a package. And so, first of all, thank you, Josh, for sending this. I had sent something to him, and he sent something to me, and actually they both arrived on the same day. So I sent him something from Texas. He sent me something from Alaska. And here it is. It arrived today. I think it's April 26th. No, that's not even close. It's like April 22nd. I get my days mixed up. Anyway, it's April, late April. This arrived today, and he didn't tell me what it was. I actually told him what I was sending him. I sent him a message and said, hey man, I'm sending you this. So he knew what he was getting, and I had no idea. He just said, I'm going to send you something I think you'll like, and I think you probably don't have. And it's an EDC related item. That's all I know. So it arrived today. I'm going to open it up using a knife that I just recently got. I'll do a review on this in the future. So I'm not going to really get into the knife, but let's get into the packaging and see what Josh sent. And I could feel that the item was down here, so I wasn't afraid to cut up towards the top. All right, so what do we got here? All right, so we've got a hick hank. I'm not familiar with this. That's freaking hilarious. Okay, so that's freaking funny. All right, let me set up off to the side. So it looks like we have a handkerchief. And it looks like a really nice one. I'm not familiar with this brand. I've never heard of it. I don't know if it's an Alaskan company or maybe it's one that's super common that you guys are aware of, but it's got a really cool pattern. It's camo-esque. Definitely not a pattern that I've ever seen before, but it's really neat looking. It's really soft. And so Josh, you're right. I don't have anything like this. I've got like your standard like bandana type handkerchiefs, but I don't have an actual handkerchief that I carry as an EDC item for using what you would use a handkerchief for, right? Blowing your nose. And this is really neat. I'm gonna have to look into this company because I've never heard of them, and I'd like to see what else they offer. So hick hank, very cool. I imagine, you know, like I said, Josh lives in Alaska, and so, you know, I could see this coming in handy in the environment where he lives, whether it's wiping your hands or your face or what have you, out in the woods and the bush and things like that. But I have really bad allergies, and so blowing my nose is something I do pretty regularly. And it looks like this is absolutely going to be machine washable. It appears to be just a soft 100% cotton, maybe some sort of a blend, but really cool. And the pattern I'm really digging a lot. So it is called the hick hank, and it looks like it is, let's see the dimensions here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. It looks like 10 inches square. So a 10-inch square handkerchief, and it looks like the way it folds, it would fit perfectly in a back pocket. So that's really cool. Thank you, Josh, for sending that. I do appreciate that. I will carry this. I'll either start carrying it truly as an EDC in the back right pocket along with my wallet, or I will put it in my EDC bag. This I'm not familiar with, so you're gonna have to tell us what this is about. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's a distributor or another company. It's just a piece of paper. And then this is just some comic relief. It's Slater and Zach from Saved by the Bell, obviously. If you live in the U.S., you've ever watched, you know, if you grew up in the 90s and you're familiar with this show, why this is in here, I have no idea, but I think it's fantastic and freaking hysterical. That's hilarious. So Josh, thanks so much for sending the handkerchief. I do appreciate it, and I don't have anything like it, and I definitely will carry it. So thank you so much. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, so I'm back with a quick addendum to this video. I just got done talking to Josh, the friend of mine who sent me this, and the Saved by the Bell card, it's kind of an inside joke, so don't worry about that. But the handkerchief and this little thing here, he gave me a little more insight into, which I thought was super interesting and really cool, and I wanted to share it with you. So This is a company, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm going to say Kuiu or Kui. And they make outdoor gear, specifically kind of geared towards hunting. So they make base layers, jackets, boots, all kinds of stuff. Very popular brand, from what I understand. It's not one that I was familiar with, but they have some proprietary camo patterns that they've developed, and this is one of them. And so this pattern of fabric is not one that you can purchase because it's heavily patented by this company. And so what Josh did is he actually bought some base layer t-shirts in this pattern, sent them to Hank, who is the proprietor of Hick Hank, and he has a Facebook page. I'll link that in the description below, as well as a link to this company's website as well. I did check it out, and they seem to have some really cool stuff. So what Josh did is he bought these t-shirts, sent them to Hank, and had them custom made in this particular pattern, because that's the only way he was able to do it, was to buy the pattern by buying a shirt and sending it off to get made. And just looking more closely at it as I've messed with it since filming that first part, just like the stitching, the pattern to the stitching, and just the overall quality of this, what was a base layer, t-shirt essentially, is very, very high quality, super soft. And I was telling Josh, being in Texas, I sweat a lot in the heat of the summer. Allergies can get pretty bad. So a handkerchief is something that's not really ever been a part of my EDC, but as I thought more about it, I was kind of thinking, why not? Because it definitely would come in handy for me personally. And what I also like about this, and Josh explained to me, is that he had the dimensions customized as well. So this is not the size of a standard bandana, which is, for me, in my experience, too large to EDC. He had this specifically designed to be this dimension so that it could be easily pocketed for an EDC handkerchief. So I thought that was super cool. This was basically custom made to Josh's specifications by Hick Hank. And again, I'll leave a link to his Facebook page if you want to check out his work. But I just thought that was super cool. Josh had 2 of these made, and he sent this one to me. He assured me he never used it. I didn't see any boogers on it, so I'm going to trust his word on that. So that's kind of a little more backstory behind the handkerchief and this company here. So thanks again, Josh. I do appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.